Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news. In today's video, CitizenCon is free for all to watch again, so updates to that, a quick roadmap update, a summary of some future mechanics and plans from Reverse the Verse, as well as an emote competition and some new stuff that's happening this month with giveaways and that sort of jazz. CitizenCon update. So CitizenCon is saved. Woo! Well, sort of. So for those of you that don't know, CIG wanted to charge $10 to $20 for viewers to watch the CitizenCon live stream in the form of a digital ticket, like Blizzard do with BlizzCon. I think BlizzCon's $40 though. Admittedly, they were going to upload the videos to YouTube afterwards ASAP for free though. This caused some anger in the community and felt like it was gating the live stream, which basically it was. In reaction to the community outrage, Chris Roberts then posted saying it was his decision and they'd compromise by having the keynote presentation, which is the main one we want to see every year, and the closing ceremony available for all Star Citizen account holders for free. So all you need to do would be make a Star Citizen account. There's no paywall or requirements to buy anything, but anyone can watch it. However, then Chris, after sleeping on it, decided to make the whole event free to watch, not just the keynote and closing ceremony again, to anyone with a Star Citizen account, that is. The new post said, after sleeping on this, I'm going to chalk this one up to experience. We're going to cut back on the live streaming crew and costs, but have both stages streamed for anyone with a Star Citizen user account. Star Citizen content creators are welcome to rebroadcast our stream live. If you'd like to support the additional costs of streaming or the presentations, you can support the show by purchasing the CitizenCon digital goodies package. Emperators still get this as their October flair for free. So, whether you are okay with CIG charging for virtual tickets or not, the situation has been resolved. If you wish to support CitizenCon further, you can buy a digital goodies pack. I suspect if anything else is added, digital goods-wise, at CitizenCon, then it will make its way into the pack as well. That is unconfirmed, but likely. But everyone will have the ability to watch that live stream now, as long as you've got a Star Citizen account. That's it, though. That's an odd thing to me. They're going to get significantly less exposure if it's just for people that have Star Citizen accounts and it's streamed through the Star Citizen website. Why not host it also on YouTube and Twitch? Exposure equals more money, and this is a big exposure event. That's what it's there for, isn't it? There's always a few little problems with the Star Citizen streams when they do these big events. Either they start late, or there's lag on the stream, or there's a crash, or the audio's out of sync briefly, or off, or you can hear someone in the background saying the fuck words. So hopefully they've learnt a bit from this now. The streams are always still pretty good, and it was an interesting idea for them to have a professional team come in. Hopefully they will have ironed out some of the issues with these live streams and stuff that they've had previously, although a lot of them are just things that can just happen on the day, unfortunately. I suppose we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens, but yeah, the stream should be good enough. CitizenCon tickets for the event are also available again and opened up to a larger age range of backers. Roadmap updates. So roadmap-wise, there's no features slipping at the moment. Everything for 3.3 seems to be making progress. The transit system had some new tasks added to it, and the object container streaming stuff hasn't seen much movement this week, though, in the form of additional tasks completed anyway, though those individual tasks there, we don't know exactly how far they're through, so they might all be almost done. The framework and supporting modules and tasks for object container streaming, though, are nearly completed. More Eva Carty invites appear to have gone out this week as well, so if you were pretty active on the last PTU and 3.2.3, as well as submitting info on bugs on the issue council, then check your emails to see if you've been invited. Reverse the Verse stuff. So there was a lot of information from Todd Pappy in Reverse the Verse when it came down to game design and sort of thoughts and ideas that they're going to be exploring and looking at when it comes to game mechanics and parts of the game. When it comes to personal hangars and habs, they are exploring having them all within the verse at the moment as a physicalized space rather than instantized. So there might be a limited number of rentable hangars and habs at each landing zone, but also more public ones too. So you'd be able to land and have a ship there and somewhere to spawn, or put your ship into storage still, even if you didn't own a hangar. I think the idea of owning habs and hangars on planets is that you potentially have more space, you have more customization ability, potentially they'll be cheaper although they might be more expensive, I suppose, because you're paying a premium. We'll have to wait and see. They're still fleshing all of that out. There will be more missions in 3.3. When they make new missions, they build them in modular pieces now, so they can mix and match them later. This is also true of some of the older missions. They're being built into the new modular mission system. Potentially for 3.4, which would be December, we may see the ability to share contracts and missions. This will be dependent on how much progress is made between now and December. I'm hoping that we also get the ability to share monies and Alpha UEC and stuff with other players then. With that in mind, some of the mission giver stuff. So Clovis, which is one of the new mission givers, gives a mix of lawful and outlaw missions. Reco will be more salvage orientated, more lawful typically. Typically, strong lawful missions will be from big orgs or the UEE and stuff like that in the future. Outlaw missions are typically going to be from direct messages or one-on-one talks with an NPC rather than posted on a mission board, although in outlaw space that could be different. Long-range scanning is going to be tied to exploration, sort of. You'd go to an area, open up your long-range scope or lens or whatever, and then wait for data potentially to arrive to you. Then you'd start to see anomalies and points of interest and start to be able to either get data on that or go and travel to them or whatever. Shorter range scanning is typically up to 50k away, and they are working on that currently with the pinging and scanning system, detecting ships within that range. The FPS map is important for navigation on planets and on the ground. Eventually, we're going to be able to zoom all the way in to the surface of a planetary body. I'm not entirely sure if there's going to be fog of war or anything like that, or if we're about to buy that data off other people, but probably we will. They are looking into nav beacons as well at the moment, being able to deploy them and have them as travelable locations. Recently, they've been talking about, are you able just to mark any point on the star map and travel to it, and they're still working that stuff out at the moment. Scramble races, so these are the little destruction derby, travel to a nav beacon, kill your rivals sort of races. They may have laws in the area to allow for scramble races in like more lawful space, meaning you wouldn't get a crime stat for attacking a rival, so that sort of stuff. They're still working all of that out again. In the short term, quantum fuel will be available at landing zones, rest stops, and starfarers. They are going to go through a full fuel rebalancing with 3.3. And they're going to keep on doing constant adjustments to this as the gameplay area expands and as more ships get added and as there are more places to warrant getting more fuel from. One of the things that is asked is sort of like with the long-range exploration ships like the Carrack, how is it going to deal with quantum fuel in deep space or whatever? So that's sort of some of the things they're still working out. I'm hoping that it can refuel itself somehow. They've been working on roads as well that they can put on planets and around sort of like the cities and stuff. But Todd Pappy, who was answering these questions, wasn't 100% sure where they exactly were with roads at the moment. They've been working on weather and biomes and stuff like that as well. The PU, the Persistent Universe, should be large enough that you could avoid most NPCs and players if you really wanted to and tried to, and especially if you just flew out into like the black and it would be like pretty chill. In the future, we should be able to trade and share UEC and items through service beacons or some other interface that they would come up with. Work has yet to begin on the Carrack, and Disco will announce ASAP when the Carrack is started or updated. Once they have some more hands-on experience with their modular systems, they're going to look at players potentially operating space stations. They will still need to look at implementation and what makes sense for the game. There's going to be lots of conversations with Chris Robert, Tony Zorovic, and Todd Pappy. They will need to talk and work out the sort of like high level and what's possible, all that sort of jazz. Missions may have alerts and warnings as well, saying that you might need to bring a combat ship for this mission. Your Aurora might not be appropriate, so all that sort of stuff will be written into the mission dialogue or in the description somewhere probably. There is going to be like space weather and space hazards. They're making the cloud tech. We've seen the Odin system with the coil and the lightning bolts and that sort of stuff. There will be things that interfere with your systems, interesting points of space. Meteor storms are something that they would like to do in the future as well, stuff like that. So expect a large range of interesting phenomena. They are also making a ton of fictional brands and adverts, so when we're at these different space stations and landing zones, we're going to see lots of ads, lots of brands, lots of cool things. Very cyberpunk-esque. Repairing, refueling, and rearming will all take time in the future. It won't just be a one-button click, done sort of affair. It will take time based on what you need. They want to do large story events, experiences, wars, and interesting things happening in the persistent universe in the future. Expect story arcs, expect sort of like fleets and incursions and vandal attacking, stuff like that probably in the future. They need to talk to the lore team and work out exactly what is feasible. Command and control gameplay has also been talked about. They're working out some of the basic functionality and mechanics and how it's all going to work. Having a map that you can interact with and command to attack certain targets, like when you're on a capital ship and you're in charge of a fleet, or you just want all your guns to shoot at something, you can go attack this target, or let's move here while attacking this target, stuff like that. Big ships are coming very soon as well. Capital ships, very soon. Not sure what that means, but that's what Todd Pappy said. Todd wants to get the Connie fully working first, and like then scale up with those ships. So every big ship they get in, they want them to be fully functional. No-fly zones. So in 3.3, with no-fly zones, they're going to warn you that you're entering a no-fly zone. For like around Lorville, for example, you'll be able to go to the actual landing zone on the planet. But if you go too far into the city, you'll get a red blurg, sort of, oh no, you shouldn't be here sort of thing. And eventually you will die or hit a wall or explode or whatever. They want to make sure that players can't be griefed using this sort of no-fly system. And it's going to evolve a lot. This is sort of like a short-term plan for no-fly zones. In the future, I suspect that we will have no-fly zones and environmental hazards on planets and areas to prevent ships flying in, so you'll have to go on the ground to certain bits, and they might have flight corridors that you have to adhere to, otherwise they pull you back and fine you or shoot you down with gun turrets, things like that, over sort of like those populated cities. And as I said, those mechanics will evolve, and they are still working them all out. They'll implement what's appropriate for each of the patches, and as the game expands, they'll get more evolved. There is an emote competition being run until the 16th of September for CitizenCon ticket holders. You need to record an emote that you'd like to appear in the game, and CIG will pick up to 4 of these as winners, who will be given the opportunity to then direct a professional mocap actor live in front of the CitizenCon audience. If you're attending CitizenCon and interested, I'll put the details down below. I don't think you're allowed to do anything too rude, though. The sneak peek this week was of the utilitarian hangars. They're looking cool, and they can fit a reclaimer, so they're pretty damn big. Every month we have a ship giveaway. This time for September, it's a Saber Raven, a game package, and a CitizenCon digital goodies pack. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my videos during the month. If you'd like to support the channel further, please consider joining on YouTube as a sponsor or via Patreon. You guys that have gone out of your way and helped are legendary. Thank you so much. There will be some more exclusive content this month and chances to help influence content on the channel. Also, if you're looking to get or upgrade a gaming PC, then consider Shadow instead. Shadow is a subscription-based cloud gaming PC service that can turn most devices, phone, laptop, PC, tablet, and more into a powerful gaming PC via the internets. Links to more info in the description for that, and if you do decide to try it, then use the code BoredGamer to get a discount on the service. Thanks for watching, guys. I look forward to your comments. Take care, and I'll see you in the verse.